Today is day 2 in Amsterdam, and it is a cloudy and gloomy and very cold day, and we're at the Rijksmuseum. We're not actually going in, we're gonna walk around the grounds a little bit. We see it's a beautiful, huge building that you can walk through the middle of it, and then now on the other side, there's a huge ice skating rink that is packed with people. So we're gonna walk around for a little while and just explore the city. The next 2 days is when we really have things booked and planned for things to do. So today is just gonna be another walking and exploring day of Amsterdam, which is gonna be a fun day anyways because it is beautiful architecture everywhere. So you're not disappointed at all just walking around. Except it's really, really cold. Nothing we haven't seen before. And the next few months are gonna be even colder, so we're just gonna get used to it.
Now we are walking down to this art show that's supposed to be these lights that all these different artists have put up around the canals. And so we're trying to find that and gonna see what that's about.
So we're supposed to be showing you is all along the canal. There's supposed to be an art or a light show where different artists all put in installations of different light displays. And so far we've only seen like 2 things, and there's like signs at all the different bridges, but then there's like nothing there. It's supposed to go through January 20th, but for some reason maybe it's just not dark enough yet, so I have to keep on the hunt for more of the lights for the light show. But in the meantime, we've seen some really neat buildings and we're gonna go try to figure out what they are. We've talked about the architecture over and over again because it is just incredible. The whole city with the canals going through it and the buildings that are all different along the way. It's just an incredible city to walk around and look at.
Yeah, we've never been somewhere like this. It's very unique. I love the buildings and the canals, and it's a little edgier and kind of spicy, so that kind of is fun too.
And then we've also seen like the classic stereotype of just like bikes everywhere.
Yes,
people
so many
biking
bikes
all over the place. You gotta be careful. You gotta look like multiple directions for cars, multiple directions for trams, multiple directions for bicycles, but
so busy. Was not expecting it to be so crowded and busy around here. But apparently everybody likes it as much as we do.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Very neat city to visit. We're done walking around downtown for tonight once again, so we got some Chinese takeout. Another really great day smelling weed in Amsterdam.
So it's another cold, kind of dreary day here in Amsterdam. We still haven't seen the sun yet, but it's still beautiful. We still really love it. But today I'm going to the Anne Frank house. And so a tip is that they sell out of tickets really quickly because it's such a small space. So I got a ticket about 2 weeks ago, and it was the only ticket left for any of the days we were gonna be here. So Donnie's not even going. He was really sweet and let me take the ticket. And so he's just gonna wait for me outside. But I'm gonna get to go see that, and I'm really excited. So I read the Anne Frank book when I was little, a long time ago, and just really, really loved it. Thought it was, of course, it's so interesting. And then when I was little, I would have dreams about finding a secret hidden area of my house that I didn't even know about. And so I feel like I've just always just been fascinated by this story. And so I'm really excited to see where it actually took place. I read online that's also gonna be really sad. I mean, of course, it's really sad, but there's gonna be like a video. So I brought my tissues, I'm ready for that. And just really excited to learn more about this incredible little girl and all that she went through.
So now that Aubrey has gone into the Anne Frank house, I'm just left to walk alone the city a little bit. So I was going to talk about how we eat relatively cheaply while we're traveling. And so we do that a lot by eating in grocery stores. So like this morning for breakfast, we got up and we just ran to the grocery store and got some yogurts and some pastries. That's normally what we do. And so that will normally be about €3 or so each for us to eat breakfast. And then for lunch too. Then for lunch also, we just went and grabbed a couple of sandwiches at the grocery store. At most grocery stores in Europe, and a lot in Asia too, they had pre-made meals or sandwiches. And so like the sandwiches today only cost about €3 each, and they were, you know, big club sandwiches, double deckers, so 3 pieces of bread with meat on each side. So a really good deal. And then we just sat outside in the cold and we ate those. But I mean, if we eat like that, going to grocery stores multiple times, or a lot of times we'll get like groceries for the week if we can, if we have a fridge available to us, and then we can eat for, you know, $12 to $15 each a day if we still get something a little more expensive at one of the meals. So it can be done relatively cheaply and inexpensively if you just don't go for restaurants or anything like that all the time. Do grocery stores and definitely enjoy like the local cuisine. Look for what is the local delicacy, and we do that quite a bit, but you just can't do that every single meal. But otherwise, you know, it's really not that much more expensive to eat out while you're traveling if you find ways to look for it to be less expensive. So I was able to wait and then finally collect my wife after going to the Anne Frank house by herself. I had to sit out in the cold for so long waiting.
Oh, you're so sweet. It was so awesome though. I really, really enjoyed that. So I paid like €5 extra to do this introduction thing, and it was basically like a lecture kind of, I don't know, kind of thing. There's this, like, we were all sitting in chairs and this guy was up front just kind of giving us the history and the whole story of Anne Frank and where she was in the timeline of World War II and just everything that was happening. And that I would definitely recommend that. It was only €5 more, and it was really informative and really interesting. And then you get to walk through the whole museum, and then it leads you into the actual annex where they lived. And that, I mean, it was so crowded, there were so many people, but that just gives you the perspective of like 8 people were living in there for 2 years. Is incredible. So like I said, I read the book when I was younger, and so like that was just really amazing just to get to see all of that, and so I really enjoyed it. And just to learn so much more about that family and everything they went through. The 2 families and the doctor that was living there, and the people that helped them. It was amazing. I would definitely recommend that. So get your tickets early though. You have to go online and get them super early. Tickets go out 2 months, I think it said, 2 months in advance of the date that you're gonna be here. I lucked out and got them like 2 weeks before we were supposed to be here, but I got the last ticket for this day. So get them early.
Hence why I was sitting out in the cold waiting for her. But also just like all the other fun places that we've gone, we looked online and it said that cameras weren't allowed because it is so crowded. They need to filter people through quickly, and so taking pictures slows everything down. Yeah. So that's why you didn't get to see it again. Yeah,
I did take one sneaky picture of a reconstructed diary, and then I found out it wasn't even the real diary, and it was okay for me to take a picture. We're gonna show that.
Okay.
So you gotta come and see yourself. It's awesome.
But now we saw, or we've seen everywhere pancakes advertised, and we've seen Dutch pancakes advertised. So we're gonna try to find some Dutch pancakes. We don't know what it means. We haven't seen anything online about it even.
No, but pancakes sound good now.
And they're Dutch, so can't go wrong. We got our Dutch pancakes, and they listed it as a traditional Dutch pancake with apple slices and bacon. And then Aubrey got a lemon and sugar Dutch pancake. They came out with these huge, very thin pancakes. It really seems a lot like a crepe rather than a pancake. It tastes like kind of a pancake that I would expect. So mine's savory, Aubrey's is sweet, but it's really good. I mean, can't go wrong with a pancake, I guess. We also have the choices of two different types of spreads. It looks like one is I think it's like a strawberry syrup, and the other one's a honey. But both of them very good. Aubrey's gonna like the strawberry one, right? I like the strawberry one. I like it, so I'm gonna eat that. But just like what I was saying, so my Dutch pancake was about like 10.80 euros, I think, and Aubrey's was like 7 euros. And then the hot chocolates were 3 euros each. So like I was saying earlier about eating cheaply, you know, you gotta go out and eat the Dutch, or you gotta eat the local food that will give you that cultural experience, and it usually will be a little bit more experience, but then you're saving up for that whenever you eat cheaper foods like doing the grocery store. So it ends up not being too bad. But then you can really enjoy these kind of meals when you do that. So after our delicious Dutch pancakes, we are now waiting for our tram to go back to our place and call it good for the evening too. Tomorrow we have the Van Gogh Museum, and I am actually going to be able to go to that. We had to buy tickets in advance again, but tickets I guess
it was like a day in advance. You're good. Okay.
Yeah, tickets weren't as in demand for that, I guess. So Aubrey's invited me to actually attend an event with her. So
you realize what's been behind you?
oh.
Look better naked.